system in place to keep us in chains. By show of hands, who else is sick and tired of the same 1%? Try to keep us small, trying to keep us from getting out. Minimizing the struggles they've caused, saying we're not working hard enough.
We really should stop this fighting. Otherwise, we'll miss the fireworks.
There won't be any fireworks.
And here we go. And welcome, everybody, to Suck It. I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Prince of all that is awesome, Derek. How the fuck is everybody tonight on this Friday, January 8th of the still yet to be determined year that is 2021? You know, we made it 5 days and then shit hit the fan and now things are starting to calm down. And then just 30 minutes ago, something magical happened and Donald Trump has been permanently banned from Twitter. So that's a positive. So we're on the upward trajectory. So let's keep that going. Let's keep that momentum happy, especially leading into a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Thank God it's Friday. Things are again looking up. Positivity is a good thing. Let me say that. So we're gonna keep it high. We're gonna keep it joyous. We're gonna keep it fun tonight. Still not gonna talk about what happened Wednesday because I don't want to know. Everyone else is talking about it. We're not talking about it here. We're going to keep things lighthearted and fun, especially after the deep and heavy episode I did yesterday. I'm not going to do anything crazy tonight. We're just going to laugh and have some fun. And I'm so glad that I have a comedian on with me tonight. And this comedian is funny. She's beautiful and she's crazy all at the same time, which just makes for an even better conversation. So let's just get right to it. So, without any further ado, please welcome to the show my guest this evening, comedian Teri S. What's up?
Hi.
How are you?
Crazy day.
Not as crazy as it was Wednesday, but today was, today's always a crazy. Every Friday is crazy. I mean,
for me, it's crazy.
Well, every day for you is crazy.
Yes.
The life you live.
The life I live. The glamorous life.
So before we go into all of this, let's tell everybody who you are and what you do and the why are we saying that things are crazy.
Okay, well, I'm Teri. I'm a comedian sometimes. And I own an animal hospital and worked with animals for over 30 years. And broke my back at work when a 200-pound Rottweiler came in and found me attractive. Dogs love me. What can I say? And so I made a great decision one night after taking Percocet to do comedy. So maybe I can get a sponsor for that. And then here I am.
So you and I actually have very similar stories on how we got into comedy. So my story is I was a professional wrestler and I broke my neck in 2013 in a car accident. And that's when I decided I was going to, start doing comedy because I can take all the things that I learned from wrestling, crowd control and, how to keep in character and blah, 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 and turn it into comedy. So, I wrote a lot while I was laid up in bed and broken. I've actually broken my neck twice.
Oh,
and
geez,
so I've had a lot of time to reflect and write.
Oh my God. Well, at least you got into comedy knowing what it was about. I just woke up and like, okay, I didn't know anything about open mics, didn't know how to write a joke, still don't. But yeah, and here I am, 5 years later. And I'm sure I'm surprised a lot of people, mostly my husband. Like, doing this.
Well, I mean, is there even a proper way to write a joke? Everyone does it their own way.
Everybody does it their own way, but I'm a little on the dark side, so I'm not for everybody.
Me neither. I'm the same way.
And that's just how, that's how I cope with stress. I write really inappropriate jokes,
Yeah, me too.
and it helps. It helps me get over the stress of the little things in life.
Yeah,
So
I mean, my sense of comedy is I love dark humor. I mean, I absolutely
good,
thrive on it. I mean,
good.
I love telling jokes that are very, very socially unacceptable.
Yeah, yeah,
Whether it be a rape joke or whether it be a joke about suicide and mental health. These are all things that I've had in my
yeah,
life. So it's like I can do this. So and sometimes it just kind of makes people go ooh.
yeah,
But the oohs and the
yeah.
make,
That's what I like.
make me happy.
Good, me too. I did learn during comedy, don't do a Kobe joke 2 hours after a tragedy.
Ooh, see, that's very Anthony Jeselnik of you. Um, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
something that he would do
In LA.
in L.A.
In,
He
in
would.
LA. In
Yeah,
LA.
yeah,
So
he would
yeah,
do that. Yeah, so
yeah. And everybody's like, holy shit. But then one guy said, you're my hero. I'm like, oh, I thought it was funny. So funny.
yeah. That's also like doing a Casey and Kaylee Anthony joke the week of the trial in Orlando.
I mean, that's how you get through shit. I find it a lot easier to make fun of a situation because it takes the edge off. Although I don't care what people think at this point. Before I used to, but I'm too old for this shit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a problem with people caring about what I say.
Right.
However, I do sometimes get the voice in the back of my head. Like earlier this year when I did my very first Zoom comedy show, um, there was a 80-year-old couple in the
Oh,
crowd, and they were just staring at me right there on that screen, and I could see them, and I knew that I was coming up to like a really dirty rape joke,
right.
and I'm like sitting there going, "Do I say this to these old people?" I'm like, you know what? I don't care. And they thought it
Yeah.
was hilarious, but
Oh, good.
I
Good.
mean, but it's like the Zoom shows kind of take you to a different level because when
Yeah.
you're normally on a stage, you have lights in front of you. You normally can't see, but maybe half of the audience,
Right.
so you just don't pay really attention to it. But on Zoom, if depending on the Zoom show and how they work it, you can see everybody.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, here's my Zoom show. I came down here for internet. That's all I'm saying. I think the last one I did was with you,
Okay.
when with the Toys for Tots. So that was my last Zoom show. But I've done some speakeasy places.
Yeah,
No,
I haven't. I haven't done one. I mean, I didn't really even perform on that night, just because everything that was going on. My head wasn't in it because of my divorce and stuff like that. Um, but before that, I haven't done one in a while. I need to do some more. I mean, I need to get back on them because I'm missing it. I mean,
yeah,
yeah, it's been a while.
yeah.
I think for me it
So
was July.
July, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, were you guys open in July?
I did a Zoom show and I did a stage show in July.
Okay. Well,
So
we've been
yeah,
shut down
yeah.
full time.
But my stage show was still socially distanced. It
Right.
was maybe 10, 15 people. It was inside of a brewery. 10, 15 people inside, but then we also broadcast it on YouTube,
Oh,
and I
nice.
got a decent amount of live viewers and views later. But that was the last time I performed was actually in front of a live crowd in July.
Yeah.
I mean, but I miss it. I miss that.
I like live crowds. And it's so funny when I got into all this, I don't like public speaking and I hate my picture taken. So this is like, ugh. I don't know why I chose comedy. That's the funny thing. I don't even know why I chose comedy. Again, Percocet. Yeah. So
Yeah, especially later on in life.
what are you saying? That I'm old?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, that's what you just said. Later on in life. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I mean, even for me, it's considered later on in life. I mean,
Yeah,
because
but for me, you're really late in life.
well, to be
Jesus.
fair, I mean, you're older than I am, and you still started later than I did. So, to be fair, I mean,
Yeah, kick me while I'm down. Thank you. You're so. It's been a pleasure. Just thanks,
I,
thanks, Derek. You're smoking weed and I'm not right now.
I'm not smoking any weed. I don't have any weed. I have CBD.
Okay, well, I need a drink is what I need. So.
I have not. I've had a headache all day long, so I have not had anything to drink today.
Oh, and you're ending the day with me? Good choice.
Hey,
I'll get rid of your headache.
laughter induces endorphins. Endorphins release painkillers. Naturally, my headache will just go away.
Oh, I'm the cure for migraines, is what you're saying.
Most likely.
Okay, there we go. I have a purpose now. I have a purpose.
Yes, your purpose is to make me laugh so hard my headache goes away.
Okay, well, I'll try. What do you want to know? Tell me. What do you want to know? What do you want to talk about?
So, I want to go back to the animal hospital because you and I were talking about briefly before the show that you just had some donkeys delivered yesterday.
Yes.
So, talk about the donkeys.
Okay, well, I've been cooped up in COVID, so I've been doing a lot of online shopping.
You can just buy donkeys online?
Well, yeah, I found a place. Yeah, it was a rescue. I rescued them from slaughter, so good for me.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
What do they slaughter donkeys for?
They actually take them to Texas and they send them across the border. And I'm just saying, ID your meat next time you're in South America.
Donkey meat.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay.
Seriously, when I found that out, I was so grossed out. I'm like, oh, I almost thought about becoming a vegetarian, but then I thought I've had some really good carne asada, and it kind of evens out. So,
I mean, I know they eat horse down there as well. Even like in Chile and Buenos Aires, they eat guinea pig. I mean, they eat. Yeah,
they eat a lot of weird stuff. I mean, so do we. Which is funny. One of my donkeys is named Chili because he was going to be made into it. So that's.
Oh my God.
It's funny.
That would have been.
Funny to me.
That would have been some tasty chili.
Right. I kind of want to taste it now.
Years ago, before I moved to Virginia, in Orlando, there's a talk radio show that every year they do a chili cook-off for the Orlando Police Department crime line, the anonymous crime line. Well, one of the radio hosts at this cook-off every year likes to do an exotic chili.
Oh, shit.
And the year that I went, he did a kangaroo chili.
Oh, gross. But again, now I kind of want to taste it.
It was actually pretty damn good.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I would eat a dog. Totally. I mean, they're not like certain breeds, but like I would eat a chow because those dogs are assholes.
Oh my God.
So totally. And then recycle the hair.
But they're so cute.
No, they're assholes. Those dogs are always assholes. There's certain dogs that are just assholes, and that's like number one on the list,
You know what I find hilarious about dogs? Is people shit on pits and some of the bigger dogs, but the dogs that actually like get put down for attacking humans most in this country are like dachshunds and chihuahuas and Pomeranians.
Don't say anything about Poms. I have a whole bunch of them.
But they're still listed as dangerous dogs.
No, they're not. Well, they're weird. Mine are nice. You have to spend time with them. But I have a whole bunch of I've always had a whole bunch. Like I'm talking most of my litter. Not some litter. Most of my group of dogs are Poms, and I got 2 new ones kind of recently, and now I finally have enough to make a coat. But I love them.
Okay, Cruella.
I love them. But I have a real dog. I have a Doberman too.
I have a Ridgeback and I have a Boxer Lab.
Okay.
And my Ridgeback is a 65-pound lap dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. She will steal the covers. She likes to burrow and steal the covers. She will attack you and make out with you.
What are you doing with your dog? Jesus.
Hey, some things just remain in the bedroom.
Or at the vet office.
At the vet office.
People tell us shit like that. They say the weirdest shit to you. It's
like what?
Well, we had somebody call kind of recently, and she's like that she had a bladder infection and her cat had a bladder infection, and she was wondering if she could give her cat her bladder infection. I'm like, that's not how it works. And she's like, but we sleep together. And she's like, nothing weird, nothing weird. I'm in pajamas and there's a blanket and the cat's on top. And I'm like, it wasn't weird until you made it weird. And now I have to call animal control. I mean, it's that's normal shit, but people, oh my God. Oh, they say the weird shit. Dogs get into weed all the time, by the way.
I'm sure.
All the time. And everybody, when that happens, they all deny it at first. They're like, no, we don't carry that. We don't have that stuff at home. Then you have to kind of pry them because they always have the same look on their eyes when they come in. They're
That
like,
stone look.
yeah, glazed over, lethargic. And honey, that is just the owner. But that's my phone. Sorry. But yeah, it's funny. And then when you finally get it out of them, they always want to admit that, oh, maybe somebody threw it over the fence. That's their go-to. Somebody threw it over the fence. Like, what neighborhood do you live in? Because this is like the third time it's happened this week, but it happens all the time. Who's getting rid of their weed like that? Nobody's like, ah.
It's like that every year when the CNN and MSNBC and Fox News and all the major news channels come out and say, prepare, make sure you check your kids, your candy because they could be sleeping, marijuana gummies. Nobody's giving away their gummies.
Nobody's giving away their gummies. No, like, holy shit. But it's so fun. We see marijuana dogs probably 2-3 times a month.
But I mean, now, and this is an actual question. I mean, but it's not really toxic to dogs, is it?
Yeah, the THC is toxic.
Okay, it is. Okay.
They can have CBD. Actually, CBD is good for certain, God, I don't know why my sister's thing's going off. Hold on. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Mary! Jesus, Mary, come here. Sorry. Yeah, CBD is fine like for certain conditions and stuff. Yeah. But vets, we're not, like in California, we're not even allowed to recommend it or talk about it with clients until I think 2019. They could ask us, but we can't really give them much information on it. So we're like, but you can look it up. It's so stupid.
So it was legal for you could talk to your doctor about it as far as being a human, but talk about it for your dogs. And your husband's the vet, right?
Yeah, he's a vet, and I was a tech, which is a nurse.
Yeah.
He's been a vet for a long time. Oh, and we worked together. Oh my God, Mary, Jesus Christ. Sorry. I don't know how to turn off her computer stuff. So, we'll see if that stops. I think it's all her emails. We actually, let's see, when did we open? We opened in 96, I think. And we worked together, and we're still married, which is amazing. Because usually when you work and you live together, it's
not a good thing.
No, and he knows I'm crazy. And he just knows I'm crazy. Like, and everybody who works in the vet industry, let me tell you, a bunch of pervs. Just, you have to be, and you have to be able to laugh at stuff, because if you can't, the job will eat you up. So,
I can see that. I know teachers are a bunch of pervs as well.
Oh yeah.
Teachers are some of the worst pervs.
Yeah.
I was married to a teacher, so I could tell you that for a fact.
Well, veterinarians have the highest suicide rate, so here's hoping. No.
Get that life insurance.
I'm like, rich widow. You've been married a couple times.
Yeah, I have.
How many times?
3.
Okay, well, I'm on my second. The first one really didn't count, though. Like,
mine didn't count either.
Yeah, I mean, I was only married 2 months, and then he came out of the closet like, hey. Like, I'm in love with another man. I'm like, oh God, I'm
so it seems to me like you are one of those people that, a guy would marry, and then that might almost be gay, and then you would push him over the edge.
Oh, totally.
Okay.
Oh yeah, my vagina has made many men gay. I'm just.
Then how did that makes me question your husband then?
Yeah, it makes me question it too. I met this girl who said she was a closet organizer the other day, and I'm like, maybe you can come like help my husband clean out his closet or come out of it. I don't. It's true. I mean, I don't know. He's a good guy. I mean, where else am I going to get a doctor? I've aged out.
I mean,
maybe in my 20s, but
no,
I've aged.
I don't think so. Again, I would have, if you would have never told me your age, I would have never been able to guess.
Okay, and if I told you I had 10 dogs, 2 cats, and 3 donkeys, Still part of the package?
You know, that is what separates normalcy from insanity.
Normal to insanity. No kid, but I'm smart. No kids. Do you have kids?
Yes, I have 3 kids.
How many?
3.
3? Okay, so I also have 3 donkeys, so it's kind of the same.
Yeah. I have a 19-year-old, a 14-year-old, and a 10-year-old.
I have none, never wanted any, and not having any is so great because I have disposable income. God, yeah. Oh God, the whole idea of kids, like, freaks me out. Like, I don't think I'm old enough now to have them.
I was never old enough to have them.
Yeah, I'm not. Oh God, I know what my vagina looks like now. I would hate to see what it looks like after a child.
Yeah, I mean, having the kids that I have, you know, almost makes me wish that I was married in China because they were all girls. So that's such a bad joke. Why did I say that?
That's funny. That's funny. Like, look, here's the thing. You know what? The thing that pisses me off the most with it, everybody still tries to convince me, and they're like, "Oh, it's not too late for you to have kids." I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, if I had a kid today, 20 years from now, that kid would just be graduating elementary school. Like, what? I would have a boomerang kid. I would. You know, the ones that like move out and then move right back in.
I was a boomerang a lot up in my 20s.
Well, here's the thing. Like, the reason I like dogs so much, at least, you know, they're probably going to be out of your house by the time they're 18.
Yeah.
Now I have a donkey. Donkeys live 40 years, so it's going to be like living with. Gonna have to live with it for the rest of my life, like a disabled kid or a millennial. I don't know.
Hey, but all you gotta do is throw some reins on it, and you can hook it up to your electric, you know, your wheelchair, and have a wheelchair donkey. You don't have to like spend the extra money on an electric wheelchair. Just hook it up to your donkey. Look at that.
No.
See benefits.
I'm gonna make them into therapy animals, which is, I do nice things. Don't let people know that though. I did that with my dogs. A couple of my dogs did Children's Hospital and a whole bunch of places. And then I'm going to train the donkeys to do weird shit. And they have an agent before I do. So how is that even possible?
What?
I have somebody who wants to represent them.
But
not me. So there you go.
In what, Mexican donkey shows?
No, they're going to be trained. You can train them like those small ones. They're the miniature ones.
Oh, okay.
And you can train them like a dog. So they're like waist high.
Aw.
Yeah, they're super cute.
My soon-to-be ex-wife always wanted a miniature horse.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, and she's like, no, we can have it sleep in our bed with us and have it in the. No, what's wrong with you?
No, there are people who have miniature donkeys in their house. The rescue I got them from has a couple that go in her house. I'm like, I'm not that crazy. I mean, not yet, but maybe.
Where I live at, about 20 minutes north of me, right outside of Virginia in Maryland, there's a miniature horse farm. So I'll be every time I go to like Frederick, Maryland, and come back, there's this gigantic farm with all these little tiny horses. Yeah. It is the weirdest thing ever because
it's the weirdest thing.
They are so tiny and so damn adorable.
Well, I might go home to a baby donkey. I don't.
Oh, I'm sure your husband knows how to give birth to a donkey.
Well, you know what? We only work on small animals, which are dogs and cats and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he hasn't worked on large animals in like 30 years. And he's never worked on a donkey. And I bring these things home and I'm like, oh shit. Last night, it's literally 2 hours after I got it. Like, geez, it has milk coming out. And I called our vet and the one that we're going to use for large animal. She's like, has she had any personality changes or how's her disposition? And I'm like, I don't know. I've only had her 2 hours. I don't know what her personality's like. But today I think she's going into labor. She started making noise. I'm like, oh fuck. I'm gonna go home to her.
What I find funny is the fact that you made a joke about buying them back in December when we did our Toys for Tots concert. Yeah. And I thought it was a fucking joke. And then you went and told me, I was like, oh my God.
No, I was actually, in December, we were putting up the fence in the barn and you had to get special dirt. Like, I know so much about different kinds of dirt now, it's ridiculous. And then I had hay in my hair when I was leaving. I'm like, oh my God, how to roll in the hay.
So, I'm gonna change the subject for a second here. So I am a notorious internet troll.
Oh,
Yes,
one of those.
I'm one of those because I find it funny. And yesterday on TikTok, I discovered a crazy lady that is like hardcore, super. If you eat meat, you're going to hell, vegan type person.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she put out a TikTok video yesterday that I found extremely disturbing. Now, I don't know how disturbing it really is, but it just makes me cringe thinking about it.
Okay.
And she was like, have you turned your dogs vegan yet? Have you put them on a vegan diet yet? Because there's no sense in killing your other animals to feed yours. And that bothered me because it's like, wait a second. In the wild, these things are fucking carnivores, and they would eat anything that fucking moves. But yet, because we domesticated them, she wants us to make them vegan. And in my opinion, that kind of goes against science and kind of would hurt them because they need fucking meat.
They do. They do. They do. Yeah, there's actually been studies where, the vegan or the grain, another big hip thing to do is go grain free. And usually by the dog's age of 2 or 3, they have a lot of medical issues because they haven't had the proper diet.
So that grain free is actually a bad thing?
Yeah, they need grains. There's nothing wrong with corn. I don't know why people like, corn. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it. They can have corn and wheat. I mean, some will have some allergies to certain things, but it's part of a balanced diet. And when you see these dogs on a balanced diet, that's when you get them to 17 or 18.
Yeah. I mean, we feed our dog. Oh, they're mine now. I feed our dogs Blue Buffalo. It's but it's like a brown rice and chicken formula.
Yeah, it's food. It's not like some hippy dippy thing, because they have so many nutrients in meats and grains and stuff that you can't get from vegan stuff. Look at all the vegans running around, just people in general. A lot of them are like, they don't get your vitamins.
This lady looks like she's like skin and bones, and she looks like she's gonna keel over in any fucking moment.
When the apocalypse happens, who do you think they're gonna go for? Vegans, and then millennials.
Oh, well, I'm technically a millennial.
Well, I'm allowed to say that because you called me an old bitch earlier. So,
not in those words.
Yeah, you made it nicer. You're super old. What are you doing here? Why is your heart still ticking? Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. I lost my train of thought.
Talk about it. Just talk about your face, Terry. Talk about how old I look.
I complimented you saying that you looked my age.
You said internet, now you lost me because I don't know. I'm that old where I don't really care about the internet or social media. I mean, I do, but I'm like, I don't know how to use it. I'm just too lazy. I don't have any kids to show me how to use it.
Unfortunately, in the career that I have, doing this, I have to like be on social media like all day, every day.
Maybe you could fix my Instagram account. I don't like, seriously. I'm like, how do you put? You figured the last 10 months I would try and figure it out. No, I didn't do shit.
Well,
I didn't do shit.
Instagram is so difficult to grow on now because it's so over. Populated, it's so hard. I mean, posting at the right times and watching this and watching algorithms and making sure you use the right hashtags that, doing this. Should this go with a video or should this be with a picture? Should I do this? Or it's so difficult to grow. I mean, I got lucky. I hit one viral thing and I grew to like 13,000 followers and I've just kind of stayed there. And that's what
did you do?
I don't even remember what I did.
Like, I was just masturbating. I don't know. Again.
Speaking of masturbation, you know what I learned yesterday?
How to do it correctly?
No, I learned that years ago. That if that if you masturbate twice a week, you can actually increase your life expectancy by 20%.
Then why do guys die early? Why
Well,
do
no,
men die
I
early?
have discovered that I'm actually immortal.
Oh, okay.
I'm immortal. 'Cause,
Mortal. Okay.
yeah.
We'll see where you are in 10 years.
With one gigantic arm that just
One muscular.
just one muscular arm, and I was gonna walk around doing the Hulk Hogan like this, but just with one arm.
All calloused.
And all veiny.
I know, I'm gonna live forever.
My arm walking around looking like a giant veiny dick.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's hilarious. You're retarded. Oh my
I
god.
try.
Jesus Christ.
The more retarded, the better.
You can't say that word.
Oh, that's right. I can't. The more. Well, I'm
Well, you want to be called special.
I am special.
Yes.
This is what my mommy told
Because
me.
that's better. That's better. Like the in quotes, you're special.
Or mentally handicapped. That just that doesn't sound any better either.
No. There's been so many words, that mean the same thing. Then moron, idiot, imbecile. What were some of like the old days? They keep on changing it. It doesn't change the meaning. It still means you're a little off.
Yeah, but I mean, in reality, I mean, like when I don't want to say normal people because there's no such thing as normal, but like when non-disabled, let's just say that people use that word, we are rarely 99% of the time using that word towards another human being who we just think is stupid. I rarely ever seen a human being call another human being a retard and actually mean that they're mentally handicapped.
Retarded. I know.
Yeah.
But you know who gets offended by it? Not the person being called retarded. It's other people who overhear it because they think that's what they should do.
Yeah, especially in those last couple of years. It's like,
yeah.
Come on, Karen. I'm not being offensive. You're just offended.
Right.
Exactly. If other people are laughing and you're pissed off about it, get over it.
Oh my God. I got into this. I was in a class and I got into this argument with this girl, comedy class, by the way, writing class. And she was upset at the word pussy. And she's like, why do people have to use that word? She's that type, like, she's a total cunt. And why do people have to use that word? It's like, it has so many meanings. Oh my God. Like, it's wimpy or feline or the best thing ever. She's just one of those people that like to play the victim. Oh God, I hate those type of people.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm kind of with the latter on this one. The word pussy has always been.
I love that word.
So do I. I love it too because it's one of my favorite things in the entire world. But in my opinion, it would be a great honor to be called a pussy. Because the thing about it is, especially if you're like a fighter or
Right.
Somebody who's a big jockey guy, you should be honored to be called a pussy because those things take a licking and keep fucking ticking. Hasn't that ever meant to be something that was wimpy? Those things are the strongest body part of any man or woman. You fucking breathe wrong in the general direction of our nuts and we fucking go down crying.
Yeah.
We could punch you in the cooter and be like, oh, okay, give me some more.
You do a Kegel and it's like, time's up. Yeah. No, there's just words that I like, and that's just one of them. I love it, and I think it's funny when people, or certain subjects that people get so weirded out by, and it's like, you're fucking jokes, man. Where do you think you are? You're at the Comedy Store. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
it's
yeah.
So,
It's like,
yeah.
One of my favorite things to joke about is stereotypes.
Yes.
I love stereotypes.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing about it is the people who love to get offended, take the difference between a stereotype and racism.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference, people.
Yeah.
When you, even though this is the oldest joke in the book and nobody should be making this joke anymore, when you say a black person loves fried chicken, they're in on the joke. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the oldest jokes ever, and it's not funny anymore because it's been proven to be true. But at the same time, everybody loves fried chicken. Yeah. Who doesn't love fried chicken? I could go eat the Colonel right fucking now.
Well, that vegan TikToker probably didn't
Oh,
like fried
fuck that.
chicken.
Fuck her, man.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. No, I hate. I. We're not supposed to be censored. That's all I think. And I think when you're trying to please everybody, I'm not trying to please anybody, but I'm not trying to offend anybody either. It's just how I think.
Yeah.
'Cause I think dark. And I'm glad that I'm able to say more stuff now. Before I was really, really uncomfortable because I mean, I'll go into some dark shit.
You're not the only one. I do the same thing.
It's funny to me though, but that's how
really
it helps
is.
me. It helps you get over stuff or deal with stuff. Like, okay, I'll tell you the Kobe joke. Like I did the Kobe joke 2 hours after.
All right,
So
we'll hold off on the Kobe joke.
Okay.
Let me run that commercial, and we'll come back to this because
Okay.
this is a good one.
Okay.
All right, we'll be right back. Tonight's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is an app that allows you to 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, connect with your therapist to make sure that you're getting the best help possible. BetterHelp is different in the fact that you don't have to go to your Cigna or Blue Cross Blue Shield website, look through thousands and thousands of therapists in your area that may or may not be accepting new patients, and then have to wait weeks upon weeks to get into that waiting room, and then wait an hour or two to get to see that person in that waiting room, only to find out that you don't connect on that personal level, and they're not what you need. BetterHelp avoids all that. They connect you with a therapist, and then you can choose right away whether or not you like them and decide whether or not you want to get a different one. BetterHelp is different because of that. And when you go to betterhelp.com/SIPod, you get 10% off your first month. BetterHelp is the best therapy app out there today. There's nothing better. And I'm so grateful to have connected with them because I use them. And as someone who speaks from a mental health perspective who has bipolar, it helps me every day. And I hope that they can help you as well. As a matter of fact, I know they can. So again, do yourself a favor, go to betterhelp.com/SIPod for 10% off your first month. BetterHelp. You can't go wrong. And tonight's episode is also brought to you by Wildflower Hemp Co. Wildflower Hemp Co. is a wonderful CBD company, family owned out of Oregon. They are a fantastic company that supplies some of the best CBD products around, whether you're looking for tinctures, which are drops, by the way, if you're looking for gummies, vapes, the whole 9 yards, anything you need, you can get at Wildflower Hemp Co. So do yourself a favor, go to wildflowerhempco.com to get yourself the best selection of CBD products out there. CBD is legal in all 50 states, and it has been proven scientifically and medically to help with anxiety, chronic pain, seizures. There's a lot of different benefits. Do yourself a favor, talk to your doctor, do whatever you got to do, but it doesn't always work for everybody, but it works for me and it can work for you, but you won't know until you try it. So again, that's wildflowerhempco.com for the best selection in CBD products. And back to the show. All right. So Kobe, tell me your Kobe joke that you made.
Okay, well, first of all, I don't even know if it's still appropriate at all to do in LA, but I did it 2 hours at an open mic, and it was last January, the end of last January. I'm like, oh my God, like.
Was it that long ago already?
Yeah. Yeah, the end of January. And it was like, I can't believe what happened today. Kobe died. Like, who had him in their Deadpool? And then it's like, whoever thought that Magic Johnson was going to outlive Kobe Bryant? Like, Black Mamba down. But time plus tragedy equals comedy, and I gave Kobe a 24-second shot clock. Hey, wait, really? It's the only time anybody's ever seen Kobe pass. It was a bounce pass. Now, I played basketball for years. I started when I was 10 and went through college. I played through college, so I know about basketball and stuff. So yeah, Kobe's thing was really hard, but that helped me get over. it, and people think I'm a bitch for saying. I mean, it's
What did
so
people say to
awful.
that one?
So awful.
What did people say to that, especially the passing joke?
Well, yeah, it just rubs salt in that wound, you know. But one guy's like, "You're my hero." Obviously, he was a Celtics fan. But that's not like that one. Yes, I admit that's really awful. But again, it's kind of funny because it's just listing stuff of everything basketball and what he did. Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah.
Like I make fun of my in-laws dying. Well, one down, one to go is what. Yeah. I mean, if I didn't make fun of my dogs dying, all my jokes end in death. They just end in. That's how it is.
You know,
Not on purpose.
there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
No, I mean the more, again, the more uncomfortable people are because of it is the better off it is. You know, because the whole point of comedy is not to get the crowd to laugh.
Right.
It's
They're like,
you know, I would be happy with a 20-minute set where I didn't get booed and just made people go, ooh.
right.
Ooh.
It's funny making them squirm or you say stuff that because everybody thinks I'm a soccer mom and I'm like the furthest thing from it. I hate kids so much. I hate kids so much. And then you know I love a good abortion joke. I think they're hilarious. I love rape jokes. Oh my god, I did this joke one time where it like guys have Viagra, right? Now they have the sex pill for women. You know which one I'm talking about?
No.
Roofies. Yeah. I tried it. It was great. My husband got to have sex. I didn't have to act interested. But somebody's like, "Oh, that's a rape joke." I said, "No, that's a marriage joke." And like, because anybody knows if you've been married for over 20 years, you have to start using roofies because the Xanax stops working.
Yeah. You actually told that joke back in December.
Did I?
Yes, you did, and I actually responded with my rape joke. One of my rape jokes, which was talking about how that the fact that my wife left me and stuff like that. And now I got to be single again because I'm a really bad single guy. The last time I went out on a date, you know, I had met this girl at a bar. We were having a really great time. We were driving back to her house, and she's like, "Hey, you know, I'd really love to sleep with you, but I'm just really, really tired. So can we just do this another night?" I said, No, absolutely, it's okay. Don't worry about it, baby. Nobody said you had to be awake. And I'm like, that's a rape joke.
But it's funny. It's funny. I think they're funny and like people are too serious. I look what's going on in today's world. You can't take it too seriously. You never know what's going to happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
That's just it's.
You know, the thing about it is though, like especially with like, you know, quote unquote insensitive and sensitive topics,
Right.
you know, if we're constantly complaining about it, it's just going to make it worse.
Yeah.
You know, now comedy can desensitize us to that kind of stuff, but at the same time, there's a line that we just don't cross. Again, that's the whole idea behind stereotypes and racism.
Right.
You know, like, us talking about, again, like black people liking fried chicken and grape drink, versus what freaking Kramer did 20 years ago, whatever it was, walking around going the N-word, N-word, N-word.
Right.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Me making up something about telling a lady that, she doesn't have to be awake to have sex with her is not a real life situation. It's not like I
Right.
said, I grabbed her by her hair and threw her on the fucking bed and said, "Shut the fuck up. You're having sex with me right now." That's a big difference in a joke, and people just don't get that.
Right. Now, when you write your jokes, do you like you'll probably go off a fact or base the first sentence in truth, like because all mine are like fact or truth, like cooking my dogs when I get them cremated. Okay, I guess I'll tell it. It's weird. When my dogs die, I take them down to the animal crematory, and it's just a giant pizza oven, and I actually put them in because that's closure for me. Like closure for me is closing that oven door and now, well, that's amore. But I realized my pets are the only thing I know how to cook. The fucked up thing about that joke is I actually wrote it in the lobby while he was simmering. That is fucking a true, and I don't cook. I don't do any of that. So it's kind of funny. Yeah, I'm like, this is holy shit, I need more animals to die.
See, for me, like it's hard for me to sit down and actually think of jokes. So what I will do is when I'm in like public or when I'm with somebody one-on-one, I will literally just start riffing.
Yeah.
And I will see what they start, how they react to the joke. And if I get any reaction at all, I'll quickly jump into my phone and write it down.
Right.
And I do that a lot. I mean, whether it's, like the other day, or I'll be in the bathroom because, the man throne is one of those things where we just come up with some of the greatest jokes. And I just came up with a stupid ass one-liner the other day. And I thought it was the fucking most hilarious thing I ever thought of in my entire life.
Let's hear it.
God, it's so fucking funny. So I wonder, has a man ever taken a shit so big that when it comes out, it hits his prostate just right and he comes?
Oh, that's why I get the bathroom so much. Of course that's happened.
I don't know if it has or hasn't.
If my husband's in the bathroom for 45 minutes every day, that's the only thing he's getting. So, yes, it happens. I hear some noises out of there. I don't.
But if a man can take a shit that big and it makes him come and not even touching himself, that
would be an amazing feature. If I could make a man come without touching himself, that would be. I'm just gonna start feeding my husband low fiber stuff now. So there you go. It's my gift to him.
Yeah, I came up with that the other day. I was just like, this is the most funny fucking joke I've ever.
That's funny.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Yeah, because you wrote it while it was happening. You're like, oh, this is funny. Yes.
I wrote the joke as it was happening. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So I already knew the answer, but I thought it was funny in the process.
There you go. It's scientific research.
Exactly. I eat less bran, therefore the bigger they are. And everyone I've ever been married to wonders why I take a long time in the bathroom. It's fucking amazing.
What do you think? Dude, there's a reason guys are in the bathroom a long time. It's either they don't need their hands anymore. They just low fiber.
Exactly.
It's true. It's true. Oh my God, it's better. God, I hope you and your wife had 2 bathrooms. Please say yes.
No.
Oh, see, that's why your marriage didn't work. That's why my marriage works. 2 bathrooms.
See, it lasted though. We were made it 10 years, 13 years together.
Dude.
She put up with a lot more shit than she should have.
Literally.
Literally.
You're like, do you know how long it took to write this joke?
Yeah, and of all the people, when I told her that joke, she didn't think it was very funny.
It is.
I'm like,
funny.
This is why our marriage didn't work. Because you don't get my humor. I need to find someone that's gonna piss themselves every time I make a joke.
Oh my God, my husband doesn't get my humor. I'll tell him something, he'll like, and then I'll go back to playing video games. Oh God, probably because half my jokes are about his family and killing his dad off and stuff. So that's.
Yeah. Lately my jokes have been about my love life.
This is my love life. When you're married over 20 years, you don't have one. I'm just saying, you're going on your 4. If you're looking for number 4,
I don't think I'm ever gonna get married again.
Don't.
No, I think I'm just gonna keep, maybe have a living girlfriend. But that's about it. As long as she gives fantastic head, we'll be fine.
Oh, see, gross. No woman wants to do that. No, that's something you do in your 20s. You don't want some 50-year-old gross baggy dick that you have to suck on. No, there's a line. There's a line. No woman's like, you're 50 and this looks. No.
Well, the thing about it is, at this point in my life, I'm not looking to win the lottery. I'm just happy with a $1 scratch off.
Like, keep my hand off is asking a lot. No, it's only something you do in your. I swear to God, no woman wants it. In your 20s, it sounds great. It looks great. That's probably the last time I did one because hey, I scored. But yeah, no. And I did a lot. I was a whore when I was younger. My husband missed out on those days, so his loss. But
I
no,
I miss my
nobody.
whore. I miss my whore days.
So do I.
Maybe I should go back to doing that. Do you think I could be a whore in my 40s?
Um,
I go after girls with daddy
you wanna?
issues.
Oh, so you could be for a guy. Like
Yes,
I know a lot of men that are totally into bears.
I can go.
So.
I can no, I'm good on that one. But I can go after girls with daddy issues now because I'm old enough to be their dad.
Totally.
I have a 19-year-old daughter. I'm literally old enough to be their dad. I can go
You're
after.
literally old enough to date somebody her age. That's
and
the scary thing.
That makes me cringe a little bit. But at the same time, I can go after these girls with daddy issues now. What the fuck is? Oh, I need to write that down. Where's my phone? Let me download Tinder.
See, I have my one of my notebooks. I always carry a notebook with me, always. And then I leave it somewhere. So there's a whole bunch of books out there that.
I'm entering my Clooney years.
Oh God, no! You're far from that, honey.
No. Clooney's been doing this forever. Clooney's in his 50s now.
He's in his 60s, isn't he?
Is he in his 60s?
He's either late 50s or early 60s. I don't know. He was on the list and then he got married. I'm like, oh, that is such a. He had twins. That's just so gross. Like anybody with kids.
Yeah, but he married young. He's 59.
Okay.
And
so
his wife Amal is
37.
42.
Oh, is she that old now?
Yeah.
Well, he's still. I mean, it's George Clooney. He could have gone for an 18-year-old, and the parents of that 18-year-old would say, "Oh yeah, it's George Clooney." Go ahead.
he was dating around for a while there.
I know. Good for him. I wish I was like in his path. Oh, my friend's mom. Because this was a long time ago before he became famous, and when he was like, it was before Facts of Life even. She made out with him at a club once. She was a stripper.
Who? George Clooney?
No, my friend's mom. My best friend's mom. Her mom was a stripper, and he came in, and her mom made out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. George Clooney. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm like, bitch. That's just.
Damn, that's like pre Facts of Life. Holy crap.
Yeah. Facts. Yeah. I had slash hit on me in my 20s when we were at the Rainbow Room. Oh, actually, it was before I was even 21 because I had a fake ID. Yeah. And now my fake IDs say I'm younger. I do. I have a fake ID that's good in New Zealand and the Cook Islands because I travel there, and you have to get a driver's license. So I have a driver's license for that place, and I'm like, change the year because I go there twice a year, and yeah. So I'm 10 years younger in that time zone. It's lovely.
Want to know what's even more fucked up now? We're of the age range, and this is actually anybody that was born before the year 2000, 1999 and before, that now if we go to buy alcohol and they card us, all they have to do is look for the 19 and automatically know that they don't have to look at the birth year. No, they just have to see the 19 or the 1 and automatically know, hey, they're old enough. How
like,
fucking
fuckers a little.
That makes me feel so fucking old. That alone is like, fuck.
You know what I really like with COVID and stuff, because I go and buy a lot of alcohol. And you wear a mask, and people I've gotten carded. I'm like, thank you. It's been so good for my self-esteem. Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Yeah, but if you walk in like I do with a beanie on like this and just a mask on and I show you my ID, how the fuck are you supposed to know that's even me?
Yeah.
Because I can't say
my mask and they're like, oh, you don't look anything like your picture. I'm like, 20 years ago. Yeah, it is. We're getting old. Yay, you still have a long way to go.
But, you know, after all my years of wrestling and martial arts and everything else like that I've done, my body is falling apart. I got hip problems, lower back issues, broke my neck twice. I mean, that's not even counting all my mental health issues. So, I
get it.
I'm falling apart daily.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I broke my back. I understand that. And then I had hip surgery 4 months later. That was awesome. But when you get older, everything like hurts, and like God, I twisted my ankle just tripping over my tit. It's just everything hangs. You can't put that shit back up. I mean, it doesn't.
All right. Well, I know I'm getting you for your birthday this year.
What?
A walker with a platform on it, therefore your
Okay.
titties can hang up nicely.
There you go. Well, God, dude, I totally want a boob job. I want them back up next to my chins. Holy shit! Like unfortunately or unfortunately, I don't know how you want to look at it. My boobs are real. And they're big. They're real big, but they're very low. And I had a breast reduction in 2003. So they're a lot smaller than they used to be. I'm surprised I don't have a hump on my back. I'm just like, yeah. So, but I totally give me a sponsor for a boob job. And while they're at it, fix everything else. Get me a sponsor.
That would be
I'm asking for sponsors.
That would be an interesting sponsor to have. A cosmetic surgeon.
Like, look at what they did, the before and now. Yeah, like if somebody wants to sponsor me with that. Also, I wouldn't be being sponsored by Porsche. I'll make my list of who I want to. Screwball Whiskey is another. They might sponsor me. that one might sponsor me.
See, you're over here shooting for the stars, and I'm happy just to have a hemp company and a therapy company.
Dude, as I said, my sister's a grower. I get great weed, and I've been smoking weed a lot longer than you've been alive.
Yeah.
So
I wish I could smoke weed again. I mean, that's the one thing in this world that I have a censor button and a conscience about is legally smoking weed. It's like if I'm going to smoke, I might as well do it legally. So, that's why I do the CBD now. But as soon as it gets legalized here in Virginia, or as soon as I can get my medical card, sign me the fuck up.
I think a lot of people did that, and then it takes the taboo off of like, oh, I don't need to do it all the time or whatever.
Yeah,
I like weed.
It's decriminalized here. There's like a $25 fine for anything that you have over like under a pound or whatever it is. But like at the same time, like I don't want to have to drive to DC to buy it, over there, and they're outrageous prices because there's so many taxes on it, and then I have to drive back, and fuck that. I'll order CBD online and do that.
They should have legalized it a long time ago. Just the taxes alone will get billions of dollars, and California's fucked that up. I hate our governor. Oh my God.
Yeah. But luckily people are still looking at Colorado and Washington and Oregon. Yeah, because they've done it right. California.
California, like it's I don't know. You don't even want to get me started on politics because I know nothing about them except our governor. I don't know if you knew this. He shut down the whole state. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. They do a lot of scare tactics, but he left his wineries open. Only the ones that he owned. What a fucking hypocrite. And then he went to French Laundry. It's like, motherfucker, who's paying for that? I've been to that restaurant several times. It's hard to get reservations.
Yeah.
And that's not outdoors.
He's one of the, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm really, really down the middle.
I'm down the middle. I'm a felon. That's why I don't vote.
But your governor gives Democrats a bad name.
Totally.
Oh my God, he is so. I mean, he would give Republicans a bad name. He's just a bad person. Period.
I didn't really care prior to him finding out his wineries were open while everything else was shut down. I was like not happy with that. That's what made me like, you fucker, because I own a small business and I see all the small businesses out there closing, and like I don't know how it's safer to go to Walmart than it is your hair salon with one person in it. I guess that's how science works. Go to the political donations. God. Oh, yeah.
I mean, some of the restrictions I just don't understand. Like, in our state right now, we're not allowed to have groupings of more than 10 people. Mm-hmm. So then why are they letting more than 10 people into Walmart? You know what I'm saying? That doesn't make any sense. Why are they letting more than 10? Our restaurants are open. Why are they letting more than 10 people into restaurants? But the rule is your party. You're not allowed to have a party bigger than 10 people. Yeah. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. Why? Okay, so I can't have a party bigger, but there's more than 10 people inside this Walmart. That just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, LA, like California's shut down. LA's shut down. but Monday they're starting school.
See, we're still not. We opened up their schools back in October for only grades K through 2. Just kindergarten through 2nd grade, and then in December they had opened them up for 3 through 5 for a week, and then they shut them down. They realized, oh crap, this is bad. Like our infection rate got to like 15%, and they were like, oops, let's bring it back down. So they closed them up again. So they're having another school board meeting on like the 12th to decide again. But right now they're all virtual right now still.
Yeah, it's weird. Like where my little city where I live in, it's in the middle of nowhere. We don't have a lot of cases. The ones we do have are in the prisons that are around us. That's true. We just don't have a lot of cases. They laid off a whole bunch of nurses at the hospital. Although, speaking for the hospital, that's where you go to die. You don't go to that hospital if you really need anything because it's terrible. But yeah. So if you have COVID, there's plenty of beds up here in Santa Clarita, is what I'm saying. But you're going to die because the nurses are horrible. I don't have COVID. Have you been COVID tested?
I have. I got tested 2-3 weeks ago. So I got a really bad virus. It wasn't a COVID virus. It was just it was just a virus. It lasted like 3 days. Like the first day, it was coming out of both ends. I couldn't move.
Right.
I was dehydrated because I couldn't even drink water.
Right.
And then the next day, I was able to start eating and drinking again, but I just kind of ate soup. Therefore, I could start getting hydrated again. Drank lots of electrolytes. But like my kidneys were like, it felt like I was being stabbed in both of my kidneys. And but I'm like maybe it's just I need to get hydrated. I'm not hydrated enough, so I just chugged a bunch of shit and it didn't go away. So I ended up going to the emergency room. I'm like, there's something wrong here. I don't know what's going on. They tested me for everything under the sun. They said we detect some type of virus, but we're not sure it is. So they gave me a COVID test, and that was the most uncomfortable fucking thing in the world. Came back negative, and they were like, yeah, you got some type of virus, but we're not sure what it is. It'll just let it flush your system. Just drink lots of water. You'll be fine. Yeah. And like later that night, I started to feel better. And then that next day, I slowly started to feel better again. And by that Thursday, I was better. It was like, so it lasted Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And then by Wednesday, I was 100%.
I would say I test myself once a week with dog tests. They're human tests. We do it at work, and it's a blood test, and it has a titer on it to see, like, even if you were like maybe non-symptomatic and you carried it, it would show up on that. And still negative. That's because I haven't been anywhere.
That's good.
Everybody's negative, which is good. And I'm able to get those tests. I don't know why they don't have those tests for regular people. They should. They should. It's so easy. They're $20.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. I don't like politics.
Yeah, I just
I'm my own.
All I know is that after that test, just because of the test, I don't want to get to COVID.
Right.
But then on top of that, I love to fucking eat. And the worst part about getting COVID would not being able to taste your fucking food. Like that would be like the ultimate insult.
I kind of wish I can't. Well, I don't have a sense of smell, but I haven't had a sense of smell in like 20 years. Maybe I'm the one that started the COVID, but it's good because I have donkeys, so that's a great thing. I can't smell. If it's bad, if I smell something, that means it's really bad. It's really bad.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That is pretty bad.
Yeah. Like, oh, these donkeys. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't even know what I'm going to go home to tonight. Holy shit.
You might come home to a third donkey.
Fourth.
A fourth donkey.
Yeah. That's so it's kind of like put my plans for the weekend on hold. I don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I'm like, holy shit. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. And I might come home to a new dog. Every day is a surprise.
Yeah. I do got to commend you, though, because, I mean, running an animal hospital and having all those animals on top of that is really commendable. I mean, you've obviously got to be a huge animal lover to do that. And the fact that you're not vegan and PETA, makes it even better because you're not one of those assholes, too.
No. All the dogs I have they're all rescues.
So is mine.
There really is something wrong with each of them. They are missing an eye or a limb or a chromosome. I don't know. Um, but I don't even think I have one complete pet. They're kind of like salvage. I get them for parts, but it's true. They're all weird, and people get rid of them for the dumbest reasons and fixable reasons. That's how I end up. I get the disabled ones.
So my mom actually runs an animal rescue in Florida, but it's specifically for dachshunds only. It's called
Okay.
Florida Dachshund Rescue,
Yeah.
and she is the president of that rescue, and she actually has a disabled dachshund.
Uh-huh.
So this dachshund was being taken care of by a family, and they let him out, and he was actually attacked by a bear.
Oh shit, he lived. Number
did.
one, he lived.
He
Yeah.
did. So bear attacks and bears are very quite common in Florida.
Right.
It's nothing to wake up to a bear swimming in your pool in Florida. I mean,
Okay.
it's
I didn't
that
know that.
bad. So
I thought alligators were more common out there.
I think they're actually less common than bears.
Bears? Oh
Yeah.
my god.
The Florida bear is ridiculous.
Okay.
But anyway, so he broke its back, and the owners, didn't have the
Several $1,000s to fix it.
It's
Yeah.
well, not on top of that, but then they knew it was going to be able to get back to its normal self, and so it had to be contained and had to be taken care of 24/7.
Right.
And my mom took him in. Luckily, that's her only job is running this thing. She has 8, 9 dachshunds now, but one
Oh,
of them
poor
is him. His name is Bernie the Brave, number one,
Oh, God.
and he wears a diaper all the time, but he has a drag bag because they try to put him in a wheelchair. He didn't like it, but he loves his drag bag. And let me tell you what, he fucking runs just as fast as every other dog on 2 legs,
Yeah.
but his little legs behind him are just dragging along. He's one of the most adorable dogs ever. And like my mom's just a saint for having to put up with that, let alone me and my brother.
Right. The dog made her sane.
Well, it's like after me and my brother moved out, that's when she started collecting dogs. It's not like she's a pet owner; she's a dog collector.
Right.
She even nicknamed herself the Crazy Dog Lady.
Oh,
There's
there
a
you go.
big old sticker on her back of her
Crazy,
car.
but
Yeah,
that's funny.
She-
That's funny.
but yeah, because for the longest time, like she originally she would just volunteering with them as a foster, but. And then after a little bit, they asked her to start doing their website, and then they asked her to be a treasurer.
Oh, yeah, they leave there.
Yeah, and then eventually she got voted in as president. But like every time she would foster, she couldn't get rid of she couldn't give them up.
I can't foster.
That's how she ended up with 9.
Yeah, I've had 13 at once. 13 dogs and 7 cats was my highest at one time.
Yeah.
Thank God they died. No. But that was it. It's a chore, and I have a small house. I mean, I have land, but they're all indoors, and they sleep in your bed, and thank God most of them are small. But I have 2 real dogs, which is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to get rid of. I don't know. I don't. Most people are assholes. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Most people are assholes, and I think it's weird if you don't like animals. I mean, if you don't have them, I understand, but if you don't like them, they're so good for you. They're so good for your mental health. Totally. Could you imagine how insane I would be if I didn't have any animals?
Yeah. I mean, when I'm having a down day, my cat Miles will jump up on my chest, and he just knows. He'll be like, "Hey, Dad, what's going on? Hey, pet me. Pay attention to me. I'm here. I'm here for you. I got you. What are you doing? What are you doing?" My cat will, when I'm having a bad bipolar day, he knows. My dogs, I mean, they're getting older, so they just like, "Oh, you're sad? Okay, I'm sad because I'm fucking old, so whatever." But my cat, he's there. My wife's cat, who I ended up taking too, she's kind of an asshole, but my cat, he does not leave my side. He's like one of the best fucking animals I've ever fucking owned.
Yeah,
I
they're
love
great
that
to
fucker.
have. They're great to have. I mean, I'm crazy to have so many, but I think they're great to have. And I've actually, my Doberman was a therapy dog at Children's Hospital.
That's
Said
awesome.
she would go. She's 100 pounds and tall and red, and she would go in with a hot pink wig and a tutu, and I got a collar made for that. It's all Swarovski crystals, way too much money, but it was good for the kids. Even I hate kids, but I did good things. So again, kids. Ugh.
Yeah, you've said that quite a few times.
Yeah. Oh my. I don't know why I work with them so much. Oh, they're just awful. Oh God, they're just gross.
Kids are gross.
Gross. They are. I mean,
they're always sticky.
they're oh God, they are sticky, and they always have snot on them, and then you can't say fuck or you get in trouble. And yeah, I have nieces and nephews. I only have to deal with them 2 hours.
Yeah, and they're mimics. You say "fuck you," and they're like, "No, fuck you."
Yeah, like, and they do it in a public place. That's always the best thing when kids do that. I'm like, yes. I love when I see kids like say something and their parents get horrified, or they do. It's hilarious.
I was watching a video the other day, and this parent was walking with their kid somewhere, and some lady did something, and the kid looks right at that lady and goes, "I fucking hate people." And the mom's like, "Don't say that." He goes, "What? I fucking hate people."
Oh my God. I was out in front of one of the studios that I work with sitting out smoking with a couple of my friends out front. And this couple walked by with a stroller, and they had like a 2-year-old in the stroller, and then the wife was carrying like a 6-month-old baby, and they were walking by, and the guy went by and he started checking us out. It was really funny. And apparently he didn't have his little 2-year-old strapped in. Kid rolled out and he rolled over with him the stroller. I started laughing hysterically. I had to go inside. The 2 girls were with me, like, "Oh my God." I thought it was the funniest thing. The kid wasn't hurt, but it was so funny because the dad wasn't paying attention. And then he ran over him with a stroller. That made my day. Still makes my year. I swear to God. I was laughing so hard. It was so like I couldn't help. They could hear me laughing outside when I went in. Oh.
Yeah. I've had good days like that too. You know, I've had good, like today I was walking through a parking lot and I saw a kid locked in the back of a hot car, and so it was a great day. So, you know, I get it.
That's fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Like I think if I had kids, they would be your age. Yeah.
You would have had to have me at 13.
Yeah, well, I was a whore.
Oh, that's right. You said that. Mommy.
After my mom.
Every time I
come from a big family.
Every time I see you now, Terry, I'm just gonna go, "Mommy." You are now my adopted mother.
Oh my God. No. That's one thing I hate being called is mom or mother. That's
I said mommy. I said mommy.
No. Oh God, no. I have a friend who said I was his comedy mom, and I almost like stared him down with daggers, like, "Fuck you." He was on stage, and I was like,
No, see, now that I know that, it's gonna be even worse. Because like
Yeah.
I'm gonna fly to California. We're gonna do a show together, and I'm gonna go on before you, and I'm gonna introduce you. And now my comedy mommy.
Oh yeah. Do it, because once somebody gets to know me and I feel comfortable, this is weird, I am the biggest fucking asshole out there. So I'll come back with you. Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna be great friends.
Mm-hmm. I'm an asshole, not in a mean way, like kind of mean.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, totally.
My philosophy on life is, if we're friends, it's when I stop being an asshole is there's a problem.
Exactly. If you can't banter back and forth, what the fuck?
Exactly. So if I'm not being an asshole to you, that's a problem.
Oh my God, you should see Jessica and I banter. She did your show Monday.
Yes, I can only imagine.
Oh my God, it's hilarious. And the shit that we come up with. I mean, if we did like 1% of the shit that we talk about, it would be amazing. Because we have so much shit that we talk about.
I would love to be in a room with just you two and just watch you two banter. That would probably make my entire life.
Yeah. Well, and then you want to see me in Vegas, because that's a totally different personality.
Mental notes. take
Totally,
Teri to
but I
Vegas.
think the difference is the 0.4 alcohol. Seriously, Vegas, I'll go there 3 days, no sleep, and I get that, and I'll go up with my friend, and I go see strippers all the time. Shout out to Thunder from Down Under.
When I was scrolling through your Instagram page today to make the flyer for tonight, I came across a picture of one of the pictures of you, and it was like 10 different photos, and I swiped right, and all of a sudden I just saw nothing but dudes' asses, and I was like, oh, well, that's nice.
It's something to look forward to. It is, but the gross thing is like, I probably could have given birth to some of those guys. Some of them get like, but they're so good to look at. Oh my God, I feel like such a pedophile when I go there, which is fine because the legal age of consent is 16. So why don't I love that? No, that's not what we Oh, see, now I'm thinking about Thunder from Down Under. Fuck. I haven't seen him since March.
I'm thinking about him, and I don't want to be.
I would go like twice a month. Are you kidding? They know who I am. I sit at VIP in the splash zone. I know where it's at.
I don't even want to know what the splash zone is.
It's where you get a little souvenir on your shirt.
I'm sure it does.
I love it. I love it. Oh my God, I've written jokes in a show. I don't know why I love abortion jokes when I'm looking at them. I've written a couple of abortion jokes watching the show. Oh my God, I love it. I love it. So they make me think of abortion. And we always try and guess which one's straight. We can tell by if they're waxed or not. And if they, yeah, they say they're straight. They're not.
Wait a minute. If they're waxed, they're not straight?
Okay, so what I like to do is the way the light, you sit up front, and the way the light hits them, you can tell if they need to be waxed again.
And if they need to be waxed again, they're not straight?
Okay.
Or they are straight?
Okay, so when they pull down they don't pull it all the way off, but they pull down their thong. And if there's carpet there, they're straight. If they trim it up, they manscape. But if there's nothing there, and any dude with a lower back tattoo, come on, they're
okay. Now that I agree with, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. So if they're completely waxed, that doesn't necessarily mean they're gay. And let me tell you why. Because I have been on this. I have been waxed many times because I am always seeking out that happy ending. I haven't found it yet, but damn it, I'm gonna find it one day. And most likely, what I'm gonna end up finding it is some 90-year-old Chinese lady. Oh, you want hand job? No.
You take everything off your balls? Everything?
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, see, that's what I'm saying.
I just came up with that off the top of my head. I'm writing it down.
I'm just saying, and you know what they do is, you're gonna get me started. So they do their magic dance with like all six whatever, and then they each have an individual dance, and they'll pull a girl out of the crowd and then dance slutty to her, and then they take their hands after and they'll put it down their thong, and it's stuffed. They have to, like, for the health code, they have to wear something called the cock sock. Look up cock socks. It's totally funny.
Yeah, no,
and it's just like this little thin layer between their dick and my happiness. And so my friend Kim, that I go up there all the time with, we always we have to get on stage. We have to see if they're doing the health codes. We call ourselves CSIs, cocksock investigators. So we're like, and my motto is, I don't leave the building until I have a handful. Totally. You're allowed to touch. It's fucking great. I mean, nobody's grabbing their dick because nobody wants that. But we want a nice hard, oh God, their abs and their ass. Oh, fuck me. Yeah. Totally. Yeah, it's great. Now I want to go to Vegas. Because they're open.
Are they?
Yeah, they just opened. Recently, I'm like, I gotta go, but we can't go because fucking California is shut down, motherfuckers. I
need to take you to Vegas. That is my goal. For this year.
I need to take you to Vegas.
Either way, I want to go to Vegas with you. Can we not go to Thunder from Down Under?
No, that's part of it. That's on the stop. That's on the stop, and they'll take you to my bars, and then let's see. Oh yeah, lots of.
If I gotta go to one of your strip clubs, you gotta come to mine.
I have.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Okay,
I'm just saying. If you're making me go to a male strip club, I need to go to like 5 female strip clubs to make up for that shit.
I went to my friend and I always, our friends play at the piano bar in Paris. And one time we met, like, there was 4 of us girls, 16 Australian minors, the kind that go in the hole, not the young ones, but the kind that go down in the hole. And we ended up partying with the whole night. They got limos and stuff. And then I ended up calling my casino host because, hey, I'm a baller. And I got 4 hookers for them.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. They split them between the 16 of them, 4 hookers between the 16.
Yeah.
So that's one of my biggest.
And you just mentioned my favorite thing to do of all time.
Hookers?
No, piano bars.
What?
Piano bars.
Oh, piano bars, yes.
Oh my God, that is one of my absolute favorite fucking things to do.
Yeah.
If you want to have a good time, get a couple beers in me and take me to a piano bar. It's all hell will break loose because
I'll take you to the piano bar I go to. It's at the Paris and Napoleon's, and you have to see Billy Krause and Tom. Oh my God, I'm drawing the last blank on his last name. Billy and Tom. You have to see Billy and Tom, and I don't know when they're playing because usually it's Sunday through Wednesday, but COVID's fucked everything.
Yeah.
So if you go to Vegas, that's where to go.
Yeah, in Orlando, at Universal Studios, they have a piano bar called Pat O'Brien's. It's the namesake of one that's in Louisiana. And oh my God, that was like one of my favorite things to do on a weekend. Just go to Pat O'Brien's, drink Hurricanes and drink beer, and just sing at the top of my lungs, you know, Sweet Caroline and everything else in between, and just oh my God.
We're doing Sweet Caroline and pour some sugar on me.
Hell yes. I mean, it's it's one of those things. You just got to. It's yes, absolutely.
Yeah. So fun. So fun. We're going to Vegas on a show. Yeah, you'll see the other person. I'm like, Terry's a different person.
That sounds like a great idea. I'm
a baller. I'm a baller.
That is on my bucket list for this year.
That should be. You know what? That should be on everybody's bucket list because Vegas, Terry, is super fun.
But you know what's even more messed up? I've never been to Vegas.
What?
Never been.
Well,
to
you
Vegas.
live on the East Coast.
Yeah, the furthest west I've ever been was Texas.
You're like, that's all I need to go.
But no, I've never been to Vegas, never been to California. But those are all things that I need to do. Well, especially California, because I need to come out to California, obviously.
Oh, yes, we have beaches.
Well, I was in Florida for 25 years. I've seen enough beaches.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate
we have
the
mountains
beach.
and desert, and you can get to all of those within an hour.
That's the one thing about California that you can't get anywhere else: mountains, desert, and the beach.
And the beach.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And the mountains are actually really good for snowboarding and skiing because you can go to Big Bear. But yet you also have the desert right down the road.
Right.
That's amazing.
That's right. And you know what? Like, I was funny. I had one of my bookers call me the other day, and he was bitching about Chicago because it was snowing, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's 75 degrees here. I have to move into the shade because I'm getting. Yeah, that was just a couple days ago. California's awful, but it gets cold. It gets like below 60 sometimes.
It's 25 here right now.
Yeah, no, no, I live in the hills. It does get cold and we get snow, but like it's barely any, Yeah. We can drive with the top down in December, Yeah. And I told my husband, it's so funny. This is a law in my house. It's a rule that we always have to have a convertible because it's against the law not to have one in Southern California.
I can see that.
Yeah, no, he's not allowed to drive it, but and I a couple of years, well, it's been a few years. It was a couple of days before Christmas. I got off the freeway and had the top down on my car, and a deer, which I've never seen a deer, I've seen deers, but not like where I live, jumped out and committed suicide.
Oh, that's a daily occurence here in Northern
Virginia. But
it
like flew over and it like went in and out. Thank God the top was down on my car. And yeah, Santa Claus hasn't come to my house anymore.
Yeah, it's nothing for me to see 5 or 6 deer a day driving around.
Horrified. Horrified.
Yeah.
Felt so bad. I kind of felt bad, but then I didn't know who to call because you can't call animal control. They won't pick it up out here. You have to call Fish and Game, and I didn't have a hunting license. So that is all true, all true.
That's good. I like that. That's a funny joke. Uh, Terry,
Yeah.
my headache's gone.
Good. Yay. And did I even tell any jokes? I mean, I don't even
You
know what
did.
I said. So like I didn't do any set or anything.
Oh.
Kind of started like that. Imagine what it'll be like in 40 years when I'm on my deathbed. I might actually be able to know where a punchline goes. Waiting for that day. So yeah, this is awesome.
This was awesome.
We're going to Vegas once this is...
Yes, we're going to Vegas. I got to go to Vegas with you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a definite.
Yeah. Thunder. Yeah, we're going to
I don't want to go to Thunder.
And we'll go to Cheetahs afterwards. You're gonna go. I've taken my friends who are guys. I've been to Cheetahs. No, I know about Cheetahs. Yeah.
See, I know all these places. I've just never been.
Oh yeah, no. Cheetahs and Olympic Gardens isn't there anymore. That was awesome. They would have the females downstairs and the men upstairs, like the strippers, and it was so sleazy, like grossly sleazy. We took my nephew who has a lot of disabilities there for his 21st birthday, but he's there with all his aunts and his mom and his grandma. And then we went upstairs. He stayed downstairs and we went upstairs to the male strippers, and my mom got kicked out for being too handsy. I can't hear you.
Oh, I said, stop it, Ma. That's horrible. Yeah, that's how my mom would be.
Oh, my mom's oh my God, no, she's Mormon and she's supposed to be a certain way, but she's not, that.
Yeah. My mom's a 63 and crazy, batshit fucking crazy.
So she's almost my age.
Almost.
Almost. She can come to Vegas in this too. We'll get her into some trouble.
I don't think she needs
or Stellar, one of the two.
I don't think she needs any help getting herself into trouble.
Good.
My mom's
I'll get you into trouble. Just bring bail money. That's
done.
Yeah, because that's happened.
Done and done.
Okay, Vegas. Yes. Okay.
On that note.
On that note.
That is our time for tonight.
Hey.
Terry, I've had so much fun with you tonight. I'm so glad we got to know each other. We're going to definitely keep in touch because.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
But yeah.
I had a joke at one time.
Hell yes. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. Enjoy your drive home, your drive to work or whatever, or thanks for watching. But I'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. But until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and always stay fucking heavy. We'll see you then Monday. Peace, guys.
Thank you so much.